Left foot reads, the true state, bird of the great state of Kentucky. The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky. Gaze in the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's just... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something right now? You open the window just a crack and the ghost of students whipped out with the breeze. Okay, let's look through here. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' camp. Find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off his hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. Holy shit. This is some problems right now. I need to get my mental state together. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on. He wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks why you're wearing his jacket. I don't normally loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You fess up and tell the truth. Okay. I either decide now that the moment to make a big move, or I'm gonna tell him the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Quasar? I honestly think that this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! You wake up into the beautiful morning and Colonel Sanders' bitchin' pad. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. Your thoughts are interrupted by Colonel Sanders emerging into the room. He's holding a gorgeous plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. It is Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you a very, very important question. Okay. So, would you say we're the perfect match? How presumptuous! Ooh, my cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence. Take him down a peg! Could he be the... You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eyes as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to try to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something happened to you. It's okay, but now it turns out you're fine, so I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that, yes. Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. But I told him you better keep your dials, turn to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just so interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not sure where we stand. You don't give Maria time to tell her whole story, however, bottling the details of your own night was just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, just emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders' obsession and focus on school. Being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong. I don't want to be right, goddammit. Fräulein, quit judging me in the corner over there about me and my obsession with Colonel Sanders right now. He's a hunk of a man that had a goatee and mustache since he was a baby, apparently. After a short argument, you both agreed to go your separate ways. When at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. Look at this. This is Pop. He doesn't understand anything. What's a squirrely? This sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you one up right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Yeah, Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You got some nerve, Quasar, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you've twisted my words and I won't have it. You clenched your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mincer incident makes you wince in pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he sensed that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Quasar, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing? Complimenting her of all people? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about your food, how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Quasar. I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts. We walked to class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Quasar. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, what's that book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I find lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't believe in magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a spell of books? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I could think of one surefire way to find out. You open a page to discover an arcane warning. Cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use a spell right here that says it'll erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for drastic measures. You got a memory erasing spell sitting in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. I'll be honest, it's a pretty 7 out of 10 spell. I'm gonna be honest here, 7 out of 10 spell. But as a good young friend of mine, back in my early days of learning magic, back at the young age of 123. Go big or go home. Only big spells. This is a baby spell. Take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for students to arrive. He closes his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to row. I feel something of a dog movement coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. This cute little nose crunches up and begins to breathe heavily. He must be hungry. Reach for old homework to give him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Sprinkles stops his tracks. He focuses on return to the room is deadly silent. When he follows the stairs, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on a cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom, begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Parents! I warn you never to come here! Parents! I will destroy your parents! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not throw your shrubby weeks around here ever again. Just Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance. He returns to his professional tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Quasar, for reminding me to dote this indispensable wisdom. You see. Before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over the classroom. Goes interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends, Jeff and Joe. J and J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, you know? Bzzz. Yeah, that doesn't make a great date. Beep. Brrr. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Sads beep. Clank begins to shudder, steam pouring out of the gas's panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Beep. No amount of seasoning is gonna make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burns out a completely deep-fried sneak. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay? Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend they didn't see that entire thing go down. Looking like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was very unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted by what lies ahead. The final competition Throwdown Challenge exam. Trademarked. I'm still wondering what was on the title, but I think you would get past it. Test times approaches, you see the all in the arena. But before you can think about for your opinion, there's a very beautiful soul nearby that needs a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Oh, I'm just so mad I could smash the tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know what, this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know what you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final exam and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not gonna settle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever we want to bring along. If it's not Pep, Pop, or Clank, or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest, anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a very special soup. I bet that Professor God's gonna love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final exam. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. A chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed madman, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Quasar's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for moments, making this dish comes second natural to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Quasar, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were cooking something delicious. You're usually happily sharing your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decided that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, and that decision gets hard to stick when... Oh no, ignore it. Okay, ignore it. There was no sound at all, or fess up about you practicing your dish. It's gonna burn, dude. We do not waste delicious, nutritious food that I made. I made this pie, so naturally it's delicious. So I gotta fess up. I don't want it to burn. Isn't that right for a line? If I cook it, I gotta own up to it. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. Fucking shit, Colonel. Colonel, 400. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from an oddly specific man, I guess. You know it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh, no, is it burning? No. I can tell that it was made with a heaping help of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. This is the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lay down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is it. That is, except for working with everything you've got. You step off for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that push you over the edge. While both Van and Ashley are prepping wild, elaborate dishes per their usual overtop selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve something. Perfect. His original recipe, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at 10 out of 10 with a frenzying action. Everyone is calling out really cool cooking specialty moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam ferociously ejects to an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best fried batter blaster. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops the open sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets into it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity as it was foretold. We mustn't let it happen. Before the appliance uprise will take us all. Self-distra. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him into the back door of the arena. As you frequently prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's most certainly evil? No. I gotta do it the hard way. Because let's be honest, magic and mac and cheese doesn't mix very well. I mean, like, you think another M would make it taste better, but no. Magic and mac and cheese doesn't mix well. Who needs magic when you got passion? I'm gonna do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees what you've chosen to win on your own terms. Gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Quasar. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Quasar, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you were cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world does she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam backwards. The watery nuance begins swirling in the air, bubbling into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve the Spork Monster. Steve, wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork Monsters are meanie. I think Borko had day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate the battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of cooking competition. I love this stuff, it's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the Spork Monster, notices that you got the Grimoire staff beneath your cook. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items actually summon me, huh? You guessed it, sorta. If you were here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles into the pot of salted water? I'd love to. I always wanted to be a top chef, actually, but when I do the little snort pop, I'm back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster wanting up to tell you something. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. You really need to focus on this competition. I understand, but it's kind of like that monster school. I had fallen asleep during scare tactical clocks, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes it. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know what to do, how you could ever win. I will summon extra power from deep down in myself. Channel the true power of boiling noodles. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for Yes, Quasar, you're the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You're interrupting my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing the whole lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery! You begin levitating off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know what this power, you can do anything except turn back time, which would have been super useful because you were powering up your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Quasar, you may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decided that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet, rolling with the punches. He steps back for his station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is not up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What up, guy? Colonel Sanders folds a delicately white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. Besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can perform the perfect food unison? Time's up, students. Oh, hey, Vamp. I didn't pay attention you were there. I was too big to, totally not daydreaming about Colonel Sanders and me making mac and cheese and him making chicken and then making, me going, Super Saiyan mac and cheese mode or anything. Don't worry about any of that. Out for a bit. We'll be at Jugs later. Hashtag not sketchy. Okay. With time expired, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. You now must present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. Seems we're missing some students. Pop, quank. From the off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle from the only come from one student. Hee hee, I'm flying! Sounds like it's coming from the broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? So the closet, you see Pop hanging from a broom hook with the elasticity of his underpants. Pop, get wound right now. Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? Haha. I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You quids and your pranks, I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL's history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks, quank. Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature word, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somewhere we must have gotten one plugged, I guess. I guess we'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it's been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, and more time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Wow, describe your wish. I made tender udon soup and udon noodles and savory soup. My word, it's so well equipped. What a teeny weeny wanamari I spy floating in its itty bitty bowl. Yes, Chef. Please call me Winkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue tip into the bowl. Step wine, would anyone else like a waste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who wasn't flush. I even have a tiny electric doggo toothbrush. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And I'll flash the entire meal has been served. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. Hey Wes, really do I taste a dish that's just love poured into it as yours? Miriam's overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Quasar, for helping me believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your wish. Oh, I made uni over egg custard with an axe-thrown huge seal urchin, topped with caviar. Did you screw one type of sea urchin with spines from the second colored type of sea urchin? Yes, sprinkles. Oh, a little bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A little bit much. It's kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkle leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close enough on account of the spikes. He begins to paw erotically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof! Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr! Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He rolls back as his tongue is poked and prod. Ouch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made out of needles would make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gently into the night. Disqualified for glamour! Don't discount sympathy. This isn't the last time you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles gradually laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student. Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your disc. I made Orange Blossom Cookies Delight with a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and corrected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask you to please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it anyway. It's very fragile, meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Gotta taste it with your ears or something, Quasar. I told you it's a display piece. Actually, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it. Did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If you want to be judged on eating, then go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. It might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, as she cannot keep from her two-faced routine. You wouldn't know Hyperionquasar cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class keeps getting much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the finally cook, step up together. 2 chefs? That being a small of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Oh no, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a little drum plays. And when I thought I'd seen everything in the kitchen, you gave me this thing. It completely blew me away. And me and my 49 dog of years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious. In fact, everyone passes the class. You pass, you pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partake in the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item was so impressive that even Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now, at the end of the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dwog in the house? Woo! You know that Sprinkle was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were villains. How could you, game? How could you release this much thick at the end of the game? Come on. Come on. For a moment, you actually believed them. Not another haunting. No gross around at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh wow, woozing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He is totally mellowed out. Hey everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From now on, I prefer everyone to call me by my new name. Party Monster. Students tried to finish what he had to say, but everyone was too wrapped talking to Spork. I'm sorry. Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking. And you know that she's gonna do great, and she looks adorable in her outfit. Oh my goodness, she's a little cinnamon bun. The red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could demand such an entrance? It's Pop. He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walking on the carpet, Persis pulls his dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we mailed it directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's team. Oh, now I get it. Now we get a new wing of school. Not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Wow, he's still doing the talking thing? Crazy. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I've learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I just began to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. Oh, how dare you, game? How dare you do such low blows here? I understand. Kinda. Humans are weird. Portal opened up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he's come prepared to feed the entire class ever. It's not enough just to give them a bucket of fried chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Wazer, what are you doing, sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities you may expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know. Spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy Learning, just to name a few. Oh, it is truly my lucky day then. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. and on my 100th franchise is up and running. I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Quasar. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops in his tracks. Work together. Well, I think this is something I just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe in help. Besides, based on your time in school here, do you really think running restaurants is the path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Could you live with only half of him? Will we be able to endure sharing him with his other love? Life of entrepreneurship? I suppose I could enroll in pastry school. Oh, my dear Quasar. I'm sure you'll find your place eventually, and along the way, you'll have me by your side. Do, 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 do. This was a lot of fun. 10 out of 10. I love this game. Pretty good. Real quick. Yeah, okay. Yep, I did everything. Crazy. Well, I'm going to end the stream, get myself something to eat, all that, and then come back later for the Dead by Daylight stream. It took me 2.5 hours to play this game. That's crazy. Well, anyway, I had a lot of fun. See you later, Sigma. By the Void Peoples. Anyone else who happened to watch me play this game. I'm happy that you joined this adventure. See you guys later. Bye.